Howard Andrew Williams was born on December 3, 1927, in the modest town of Wall Lake, Iowa. He entered the world as the fourth of 6 children to Florence and J. Emerson Williams. Growing up during the Great Depression meant life was hard, but for Andy, music offered both an escape and a lifeline. His father, Jay, recognizing early the vocal harmony between his sons, formed the Williams Brothers Quartet. For Andy, however, the cost of this early success came with moments that scarred as much as they shaped. He never forgot the humiliation of having to sing for department store clerks to afford shoes, nor the heartbreak of performing at his baby brother's funeral to help pay for it. The Williams brothers began gaining recognition through radio broadcasts across the Midwest, from Des Moines to Chicago and Cincinnati. Their big break came when Bing Crosby selected them to provide backing vocals for his 1944 hit, Swinging on a Star. This experience etched young Andy into the very heart of American popular music's evolution. As Hollywood took notice, the brothers landed roles in musical films like Janie and Kansas City Kitty, but it was their partnership with MGM vocal coach and impresario Kay Thompson that set them soaring. With her, they became a high-energy nightclub act that packed venues from Las Vegas to New York, redefining performance standards in the post-war entertainment circuit. The relationship between Thompson and Andy grew beyond the professional. Despite the nearly 2-decade age gap, the two became romantically involved, a connection kept secret even from Andy's brothers. Their bond was complex. Kay mentored him, guided his arrangements, and leveraged her clout to secure him pivotal opportunities, even brokering his first solo contract with Cadence Records. For all her help, she also demanded her due, 50% of his earnings. Andy's gratitude never completely eclipsed the sense of being controlled. Their alliance finally ended when Andy met French dancer Claudine Longet and married her in December 1961. Andy's solo journey was marked by a slow, determined rise. Early RCA releases faltered, but Cadence Records changed his fortunes. His third single, Canadian Sunset, cracked the top 10. Then came Butterfly, which reached number 1. A series of smooth, emotive hits followed. Are You Sincere? Lonely Street, Hawaiian Wedding Song. With a voice like silk and an innate ability to draw feeling from melody, Andy had found his place. When he moved to Columbia Records in 1961, the real ascent began. His rendition of Moon River, performed at the Academy Awards in 1962, didn't just catapult him to stardom, it defined him. Although never released as a single, his version became inseparable from his name. The accompanying album soared to number 3 and remained on the charts for over 3 years. Television proved to be another canvas on which Andy would paint his artistry. The Andy Williams Show debuted in 1962 and ran for nearly a decade. It captured a unique warmth, featuring legends like Ella Fitzgerald and Judy Garland, while also introducing new talents like the Osmond brothers. His Christmas specials, drenched in nostalgia and familial warmth, became annual traditions, earning him the moniker Mr. Christmas. His film career was less fruitful. In I'd Rather Be Rich, 1964, he co-starred with Sandra Dee and Robert Goulet, but it would be his only foray into acting. Andy, however, never needed the silver screen. He thrived in clubs, on television, and most powerfully, on vinyl. His albums Dear Heart, The Shadow of Your Smile, Love Story, and Love Theme from The Godfather each showcased his ability to mold contemporary songs into gentle, emotional journeys. Despite his clean-cut image, his life was not without turbulence. His marriage to Claudine Longet ended in 1975, but Andy's loyalty endured. When Claudine was tried for the fatal shooting of skier Spider Sabich in 1976, Andy stood by her side, escorting her to court and testifying on her behalf. Their relationship remained friendly, and he consistently emphasized her role as the mother of his children. Beyond the stage and studio, Andy's life included varied interests and pursuits. A passionate golfer, He hosted the Andy Williams San Diego Open at Torrey Pines for 2 decades. He was also an avid collector of modern art, amassing a collection that, after his death, fetched over $50 million at auction. His love for architecture and nature found expression in the Moon River Theater, which he opened in Branson, Missouri, in 1992. Nestled in the Ozarks, the venue reflected his sensibilities, tranquil, tasteful, and deeply personal. He performed there regularly, often alongside stars like Glenn Campbell and Anne Margaret. His political affiliations added a layer of complexity. Though a lifelong Republican, he was a close friend of Democrat Robert F. Kennedy. He campaigned for Kennedy, sang at his funeral, and named his son after him. These contradictions reflected a man who made space for personal loyalty above party lines. As the music industry evolved, Andy's brand of smooth balladry fell out of mainstream favor, yet he adapted, focusing more on live performances, particularly at his Branson venue, and reintroducing himself to new generations via nostalgic revivals. His song, "It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year," re-emerged in popularity, appearing in commercials and returning him to the UK charts in the 2000s. In November 2011, at the age of 83, Andy made a public appearance to announce he was battling bladder cancer. The news shocked his fans, especially as he remained active on stage. Despite treatment in Houston and later in Los Angeles, his health deteriorated. On September 25, 2012, at his home in Branson, Missouri, Andy Williams passed away. His body was cremated, and his ashes scattered into the artificial Moon River at his beloved theater. The voice that had once wrapped around America like a warm embrace fell silent. But the echoes linger, whether through the wistful lilt of Moon River or the joyful crescendo of "It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year." Andy Williams carved a unique place in musical history. He gave audiences not spectacle, but sincerity. He did not chase trends. He embodied tranquility. Over a career that lasted nearly 8 decades, Andy released 43 albums, earned 18 gold and 3 platinum certifications, and sold over 100 million records worldwide. He hosted the Grammy Awards, launched record label Barnaby Records, and supported new artists like Ray Stevens and Jimmy Buffett. Yet it was his modest demeanor, unwavering artistry, and lifelong dedication to his craft that kept him beloved. From a barefoot boy harmonizing for bread to an artist whose voice defined holiday joy and cinematic yearning, Andy Williams remained an unwavering thread in the fabric of American music. He sang softly, but his presence was always heard. And still, whenever Moon River plays, that voice returns, gentle, clear, and impossibly tender, like a breeze through the willows of memory.